Hello Legacy students, Marsh here. So this video is in case you need a refresher or in case you were gone on the day that we learned how to enter matrices into our graphing calculator. So over here I have my graphing calculator over here, and then I also have what's known as my key press history. So as I push buttons on my calculator here, you will actually see the buttons I pressed come up over here on this particular menu. First, we're going to need to know, how do you enter the matrices into the calculator? So, first thing we're going to do is make sure we turn it on. Got to do that first. Then we're going to push second, and we're going to push this x to the -1. The inverse button, actually, it's right below math. See how in blue it says matrix? We're going to click that. Now, the graphing calculator has the ability to put in a lot of matrices. What we're going to want to do is ultimately type into one. So I'm going to arrow over a little bit, go to edit. So I'm going to push the arrow, 1, 2, go to edit, and I'm going to push enter on A. What this allows me to do is enter in a matrix for A. Now the two numbers on the top, that is so you can designate how many rows by how many columns. So in this case, I'm going to put in a 2 by 3. So what you're going to want to do is just type in 2, an arrow over, and a 3. So notice, guys, I am getting a 2 by 3 matrix for me to type in. So what I can do is push an enter every time I put in a number. Well, the 2 by 3 matrix that we're going to type in, we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So notice, guys, it went rows and then it did the columns as well for me. So that is getting one matrix into the calculator. Let's get a second matrix in there. So I'm going to push second. And then quit. Got to go back to matrices again. So I'm going to have to push second again and then x to the -1. Make my key press button history a little longer. There we go. Now, notice, guys, now that I have data into my calculator, I actually see that A has a 2 by 3 matrix in it. It actually is right there. Let's go ahead and put stuff into B now. So I'm going to arrow over a couple. I'm going to go down to B and then push enter on B. Now, I'm going to multiply, or I'm going to be able to add in here. I want to be able to subtract and multiply. So I'm actually going to make this a 2 by 3 matrix as well. So 2 by 3. Let's go for these ones. Let's go -1, -2, -3, -4, and then 5 and 6. So we're going to do a couple of negatives, couple of positives. So we'll go -1, -2, -3, -4, and then I'm going to just do regular 5 and regular 6. So my matrix B is including the numbers -1, -2, -3, -4, and then 5 and 6. Again, to get out of our matrix menu, we're going to push second and then quit. So it brings us back to our home screen, the blinky blinky cursor screen. Now, we have gotten two matrices into the calculator. What we now need to do is how to pull them up, and then also how do I add them? How do I multiply them? That kind of thing. So to call up a matrix, what you're going to do is go to that matrix menu again. So just like we did last time, second, then we're going to do the inverse button. But we're not going to arrow over to edit. We're actually going to stay on the names menu right here. Now, let's say I want to add matrix A and to B. Something like that. A plus B. So I'm going to make sure my cursor is on A, push enter. Notice it goes back to the home screen this time. And it actually goes back to the home screen saying matrix A. Then I'm going to put, well, I want to add B. So I got to call up B now. So I'm going to go back to my matrix menu using second inverse. Go down to B and push enter. What I'll do is I'll push enter again, and lo and behold, oh, we have gotten the addition of matrix A and matrix B. Same thing, I can do subtraction, so I can go second matrix menu A minus second matrix menu B. I have now subtracted all of them. Adding and subtracting now is probably not like the real reason one would probably put stuff into the calculator. However, multiplying. So we are going to call up second matrix. And you know what? At this time, I can't multiply these, right? Because if I take A times B, I'm going to get a 2 by 3 by a 2 by 3. The numbers in the middle do not match. So I'm actually going to have to go enter in another matrix. Let's go over to edit here. I'm going to scroll down to C. Let's make C a 3 by 3. Boom, boom. Okay. So I have a 3 by 3. I'm going to put some random numbers in there. I'm going to put an 8. Let's go 9. -1. 4. 5. 8. 10. 0. And 1. So just put a couple of numbers into my matrix there, my matrix C. I've got to push second quit. Don't forget to push second mode or second quit. If you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to get very, very confused, and accidentally it's not going to pop up for you. You're actually going to be calling up matrices inside of matrices, and that's just, don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and multiply matrix A times C. So I'm going to call up matrix A using my matrix menu, push my times button, second matrix, arrow down to C, push enter. So something that would have taken you a long time just took me 2 minutes, something really, really fast. So multiplying is definitely quicker on the calculator. Good way to check to make sure you can do it by hand. Other thing that you're going to want to be able to know how to do is how to get determinants of a matrix. So let's get the determinant of matrix A. So I'm going to go second matrix menu. Now, you're not going to call up A right away. You actually have to arrow over to math. Now, in math is all of the random things you can do with matrices. Half of them you will not use. In this one, we're going to find determinant, D-E-T, that's determinant. So I'm going to push enter on that one. Now I got to call up the matrix I want to find the determinant of. So we're going to call up our matrix menu. Well, I can't find matrices of determinants of 2 by 3s, right? That doesn't work. They're not square matrices. So let's find the determinant of C. So I'm going to arrow down to C, push enter, close my parenthesis out because there's parentheses there, push enter. My determinant for my matrix C is 774. So imagine how much faster that was, because that was a 3 by 3. If I would have done the 3 by 3, I would have had to write the columns off to the side. I would have had to do diagonals. I would have had to subtract the bottom minus top. And it just would have taken forever. But with my graphing calculator, I can do that pretty dang fast as you can basically type in the numbers. Now, is it a lot of keystrokes? Yes. Yes, it is. But after a while, it will become pretty quick for you to be able to do the determinant and the multiplying and that kind of stuff into the calculator. And don't worry, That's why this video is very available for you. You can continually watch it to make sure you know what you're doing, because on the test I do allow you to use a graphing calculator on the test. So with that, don't forget, shut your calculator off so you can save your battery. And that's the end of this video. See you later, Sabers.